Hey guys, welcome back. Let's quickly talk about how to create an application on Kubernetes. Now, in order to create an application for Kubernetes deployment, we need to first create the application on the Docker. Now, there are two ways to do that. Number one, by downloading. Second, from Docker file. Let's talk both of these one by one and the code and the command to be used. By downloading. The existing image can be downloaded from Docker Hub and can be stored on the local Docker registry. In order to do that, run the docker pull command as you can see on the screen at the top. Also, at the bottom you can see what would be the output of above command. The above screenshot shows a set of images which are stored in our local Docker registry. If we want to build a container from the image which consists of an application to test, we can do it using the docker run command. Okay, and also you can see this command here. Now, if we have to create it from Docker file, in order to create an application from the Docker file, we need to first create a Docker file. And let's take an example of the Docker file. On the screen right now you can see a Docker file in Jenkins Docker file. Once the above file is created, save it with the name of the Docker file and cd to the file path. Then run the command as it comes in the next screen, which you can see now. You can see the command on the screen right now. Once the image is built, we can test if the image is working fine and can be converted to a container, as you can see here. Okay, that's it for creating an application. Let's quickly talk about application deployment. How to get the deployment done. Now, deployment is a method of converting images to containers and then allocating these images to pods in the Kubernetes cluster. This also helps in setting up the application cluster, which includes deployment of service, pod, replication, controller, and replica set. The cluster can be set up in such a way that the application deployed on the pod can communicate with each other. In this setup, we can have a load balancer setting on top of one application, diverting traffic to a set of pods, and later they communicate the backend pods. The communication between pods happen via the service object built in Kubernetes. The figure which you can see on the screen basically gives a sort of a visualization and flowchart of application cluster view. Okay, now let's talk about a couple of things more. On the screen right now, on the left hand side, you can see nginx load balancer YAML file. On the right hand, you can see nginx replication controller YAML file. Okay, let's quickly move to another set. Yeah, let's quickly move to front end service YAML file. This you can see on the right hand side, which I'm just pointing it through my cursor. Now coming on to front end replication controller YAML file is here on the left hand side. You can see that. You can see this, yeah. This whole file, this is in this is in continuation with this. Okay. On the screen right now, you can see backend service YAML file on the left hand side, and on the right hand side, you can see backed replication controller YAML file. and this is again in the continuation of the same file. So these are a few of the commands which are of great use, and it will help or ease out your deployment. So I'm just taking a pause here. In the next lecture I would be talking about a few aspects of auto scaling. Till then I'm I'm just stopping. Thank you very much.